Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to my finale of Disco Elysium. Sort of. My sort of finale. I say this because I know I skipped a lot of content by accident by getting to kind of a point of no return in the story. Things just escalated really quickly. It felt like the days were just kind of, like I was taking my time. I was delving into a lot of side quests and mysteries. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I encountered Ruby, things just go, go, go. So she's taken off. We got back to the Whirlin' Rags where there was a standoff between the mercenaries and the Hardy Boys. Because I unfortunately didn't have my gun, and also probably a lot of side quests that I didn't do, I feel like things just went the worst they possibly could have. Most of the Hardy Boys are dead. Clausia took off, probably knowing what was about to go down. We did manage to survive and protect Kim, and now we are off to an island where the true killer is most likely at. We still don't know who the killer is, but there's this final place we haven't checked out yet, so we're just about to head over there. And that does seem like this is going to be where the story ends, but I have stated that I am going to go back before I met Ruby, and I'm going to go and like do all the side quests I didn't do. So like this is my initial finale, but I am planning to go back and redo some stuff, and hopefully the shootout won't happen the way that it does, and maybe we'll even, I don't know, get another ending because we'll have done more. But that's enough out of me. You guys want to see how the story concludes, so yeah, let's just jump right back into it. Let's finish off Disco Elysium.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its two seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
All right, I appreciate that this time. I already knew this because I looked it up because I want to make sure that, like, because they didn't warn me last time with Ruby. It didn't let me know, like, hey, once you do this whole thing, you're basically like streamlined into the main quest, and there's a lot of stuff that gets blocked off. But yeah, I appreciate that they do this now.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
Oh, I guess I could check to see. There's Egghead's Jam. It does say it could take a while, so I might not even be able to do that. And then the Race Enigma, Measurehead, I can't go to the harbor anymore, so I can't do that one. Okay, that one I have to go anyway to the island. I can't get the boots. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna save these things for when I do my other playthrough. So we'll just say, yeah, we're good.
Remember what the netpicker said. It's a small tank.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox. Hell yeah, we need, like... that's what we totally need to do, is if the killer's on the island, is let them know that we're coming.
What?
What? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
Aw, come on, Kim. This'll be our last mission together. Let's make it memorable.
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
It's sad to think that, like, once we finish this, like, him and I will probably never even talk to each other again. It'll just be like business as usual. He goes back to his precinct, I go back to mine. That's if we survive. Who knows? I'll probably die at the end. I feel like I am not prepared for this.
boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence.
Let's go.
Makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Alright, let's kind of get a feel for the place. Oh, before I do, let me just... I don't really need the flashlight anymore. Oh yeah, there's the spirit bomb, hell yeah. Because it's... equip this when times are most dire. It feels like dire times are coming up soon. Sure, we'll hold... Can I hold both at the same time? Can I hold the ledger? I forgot about this ledger as well. Can I use these as a weapon? I really wish I had my gun. And then as for clothes, I really don't know what to expect. I've got all the armor I could possibly have right now, so I feel like that's good to have. Endurance. Endurance might be a good thing, actually. Plus, it's a new article of clothing. I feel like I need to wear every article of clothing at least once, you know? So, alright. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect here.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Okay, this leads to the depot in Land's End.
Yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
Bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
I need to get as many skill points as possible. Because I do not know what to expect, but if I get into a situation where, hopefully, like, I can just pump my skill points into certain, skills, then I want to do that. I don't want to be in a situation... I would like to survive this if I can. The barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks on it. Okay, I can't go that way. Oh. There's something here. Be careful not to fall. The cliff looks steep. What if I got all this way and then I just died by falling off a cliff? Okay. Can I go this way? Oh.
ICM. This feels familiar somehow.
Kim, what is the ICM?
It's an Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The Black and White Army of the Revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM. It sounds like RCM, Revachol Citizens Militia. Oh shit. Are we the baddies?
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics, with blood dripping down your thigh.
Okay, what I'm hearing is we descended from the glorious Revolutionary Army. It's a little embarrassing in 51. No, maybe we need a rebrand. ICM sounds like ICP. Insane Clown Posse? Very close to the International Collaboration Police. Nice and normal that way. Just catch your breath. I'm gonna say, let's say, maybe we need a rebrand.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year. No, an upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky. The symbol of the commune.
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
No, I want to check this out. Oh, nice. There we go.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Wait, pour fuel into the tank.
The lieutenant assists you,
Okay.
holding the canister up.
Oh,
to
that's
the
right,
fuel
I had the
tank
gas
as you
canister.
tilt.
I knew that
Dark
was
brown,
somehow going to come in
viscous
handy at
fluid
some point.
pours
Hell yeah.
out, and the room fills with a chemical
Because
smell.
that gas canister was worth a decent amount of money, but I'm glad I didn't sell it.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Okay, where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep
So
it going.
that's
for
what
a
I love
day.
about this game is like it rewards you for like it's kind of that you take a chance with stuff. It's like, do I keep this item that may be useful to me, or do I just sell it and like get some money short term? You know, it's like, and then I can buy like health items and stuff. Like the example was that the picture I had of the older French guy who passed away. Like I was thinking about selling it, but I was able to give it to his friend, and that worked out really well. Now, things like a gas canister, like that feels more practical to be like, oh, this would probably come in handy at some point. Okay, the stairs have collapsed. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire, survivor's kitchen. Oh, there's a
Books and
sniper,
magazines
or some
lie
sort of gun
scattered on
there.
the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
That looks more like a machine gun than a sniper, though.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures, popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Okay, conceptualization. Okay, let's see. I think I've got something for conceptualization.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and
All right.
detective stories.
I'll give it a try.
Animal Adventures. A magazine. Oh yes.
Nice.
Under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory. That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
All right, so do I go with the commie route or do I go the opposite? Powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful, deranged commie ranting. Or we'll say downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done.
Ooh, yeah. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Oh, there we go. At first, I wasn't sure if this was gonna be okay. A student in the apartment building seems to have had some as well.
Well, yes. That one student did.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Oh, damn, what if it is? Yeah, just this unseen student. Like, we just saw his room. could be completely inconsequential. They might not be related at all, but that'd be pretty crazy. Critical theory books. What do you think this means? And the fact that you could completely miss that, like if you didn't really explore the apartment and just completely miss that room, this wouldn't even come up.
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
I'm so curious if like this is a situation where the killer is someone that we've run into already, or it's just going to be a completely different character, like a new character that we've never met.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
A flash of pain interrupts you.
Oh, that's
making
right,
you
yeah.
wince
Fuck,
instead
I'm
of
still
letting the
hurt.
words out.
I forgot about that. My guy's just been... Harry's just been walking around like normal, but I forgot that. I'm like, he got pretty messed up, actually. Like, he almost died.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No.
Yes,
no time to
anytime.
rest.
If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
No.
Don't have to be a hero.
Still other stuff that we need to check out here. Ooh. Thank you. I will take that. I am pretty well stocked. Okay, the game is just there, straight up like, okay. Ooh, I'm gonna switch my clothes back, actually. I took off my... There we go. Desperately want to keep that armor on, please. And also, I think, just to be on the safe side, I had something... There we go. Pain thresholds. The endurance. I feel like I'm gonna get possibly into a fight with the killer, so I was like, I would like to be as prepared for that as possible. This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off of it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
Okay, how do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
Okay, you're right. We open the big one. Do you see the controls
I
anywhere?
think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
All right. Oh, what's this? Oh, hand-eye coordination. I mean, I feel like that would do better for me if I had my gun. I feel like the game telling me is like, hey, hand-eye coordination, shoot. Probably means that there is going to be like a standoff with the killer later, and like it'd be real great if I had my gun, but fortunately I don't. I'm very excited to replay this with
This old cylindrical generator
with a gun.
waits with its fuel cap open.
Alright, so unfortunately, I can't get down this way. Oh, do we maybe... Oh, I'm an idiot. Go down and go through here. Because I was like, there's got to be a way to get over on this side. And there's some more communist stuff on the wall. So, yeah. There we go.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here. I think, yes. Let's see.
Third.
That one. The emergency open.
Emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks.
Nice. So
A
if we
shaft
didn't
of
have
light
the
appears, then
gas,
widens as the light shines in.
does that mean we wouldn't have been able to open that because we were able to get the machine working because it needed fuel? Hell yeah. So like, yeah, if you didn't have that fuel, this area I guess would just be not open to you. Love that.
After you.
Now, what if we get into another fight? That's what I worried
I
about.
don't know. Don't worry. I have a gun.
I don't have a gun.
Extra good that I do.
Yeah. Oh. I'm so afraid of Kim dying. The hatch is jammed shut. Oh, we'll check out this way first. Oh yeah, this is the area I couldn't get into before. Yeah, I want to check out everything before we possibly get into a fight. Must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Oh, right. The game told me I shouldn't run. I gotta be careful about that. I mean, it doesn't really seem to be doing anything to my health. It'd be one thing if my health was, like, going down every time I ran for too long, but, Oh, there's gas here. Okay. Feel okay. Oh, 4886. I mean, I know it doesn't really matter at this point, but... Okay. Oh, +3 health and money. So it's still giving me money at this point. Does that mean that, like, maybe there's a post-game stuff where I'll actually be able to use this money after? Okay, well, it's nice that the game doesn't, like, trap you without being able to... Because that blast door seems like it's pretty important, so it's nice to know that if you don't pick up the canister... So that means I could have sold that gas, but that's okay. I'm stocked, like, I'm good. On that note, though, I could still rest. I think maybe I should. I mean, I don't know, my health is good. My morale's good. Ah, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I will save first. I will save, but I'm gonna just go ahead. Oh, okay. Hello, sir. Sir, hi. Hello. You're the fire guy.
Wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time
Damn,
ago.
okay, we got a lot here.
This man hates everything.
Okay, are you the fire guy?
You what now?
Did you recently
I can't
tell
hear you.
2 kids to put out their fire, 2 twins?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Playing on the water.
Yeah, so if I hadn't been playing music, maybe the blast door... Ooh, that's interesting. So if I hadn't been playing the music, maybe the blast door wouldn't have been closed because he wouldn't have heard me coming.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It was not reactionary, it was cool.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Alright, it's a nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal Commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, wiped from the board.
Okay, I need you to put down the gun so we can talk further. We're with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night
Ooh.
watchman.
Ooh.
This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Okay. So thankfully I saved before, and so if I fail this, will I just get shot? I'll give it a try.
It's a good line, but your
Damn
voice
it.
slips on, Commander, producing a little squeak. Sounds like you're afraid.
A big-time operator of the pederast army. How about I keep it, huh? Hand it over to a real killer. A Briscard.
The lieutenant aims his pistol.
Oh geez.
square
Oh no,
at
no,
the
no, no.
man's
This is
forehead.
escalating
Put
now.
it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly and looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
No one said it has to be a Belma grave. We were just guessing.
From ballistics, it could easily have been a triangle.
okay.
It doesn't matter. if
And
it
the
was
right
made in
ammunition, right?
Chantilly. All
Yep.
it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does. The right type and the right calibre.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Okay, who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war.
The Commune
Oh,
of
sorry.
Revachol?
I didn't mean to skip
Do you
that.
mean DICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Yeah, I can do simple math. You've been on this island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago. 43 years and 10 months.
Steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up.
He nods, but he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean Victor.
Oh, that's right. Forgot that I, set that thing on fire.
Across the plaza mosaic. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west.
Oh.
The fishing village. She
Okay.
glances at her watch. We meet in 15
Are they gonna
minutes.
be-
It's a
well-
10-minute walk.
So, have they, like, left? It seemed like they had left, but are they going to be showing up here at some point?
The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you.
For
For
her
what?
to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. Always.
Right. Okay, I'll say I'm afraid no, I'll say, nothing in history is guaranteed, but revolution is still a possibility. Sure, we'll say that.
No. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
So that's why he's the deserter.
What can I do?
Okay, you say you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took for reaction to take hold.
Okay, what's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Okay, let's see. When was this exactly?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic. The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room. I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring. Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Mean what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know that the bourgeois are not human.
Alright, I'll let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking a Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
I'll say I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow? Iblis. The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
Okay, what did you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
He coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool.
Hey, I've got so many health things. I can give you some.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
Okay, we have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
I mean, there was some, like, all over the bunker. I just took it all. I'm basically giving him back what I took from him.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say
I just
he
took-
is addicted to painkillers.
I just took painkillers from, like, a sick old man. I feel terrible now. Jesus, you like it, don't you?
It's the little joys. The dark joke.
The way that I said
sunshiny
it,
day,
it sounded very
morphine.
condescending. When I'm like, you like that, don't you, sicko? This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally? I'm gonna guess not well.
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also live in hell.
At least you know it. The traders of this city turned the lights back on in the 30s, after the fighting stopped. Ruins, glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
Okay, how have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now.
Okay, so
I
that's
don't
where all
even
those
have to
guns
hide.
possibly came from.
They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Alright, why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache under Saint, Ghislain 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right? Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
Okay, there's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to,
That's right. There
but
was that
not
other
anymore.
little room, and I think that had communist stuff in as well. And then, but Kim said that there hadn't been anyone there in a while.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender?
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
I know what it looks like, but I have a secret plan to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. I'll just say we're not coalition appointed. We just try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolande. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
Oh, you never signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
If the party had surrendered, then it would not be the party. I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows,
So,
speed racing, and sporting goods.
I don't know if he's the
It's not
killer, though.
real.
Like, what reason would he have to kill some random mercenary? Unless he, like, he's like, even though he's not really left this island very much. Does he, like, yeah, I wanted to help out the Union? I doubt it. So, I mean, it seems based on the weapon he might be our guy, and I don't see anyone else here, and I don't think there's any other places where the killer could be, but I'm like, I guess that's what we're gonna get to eventually, is like, are you the killer?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then
I am
another
also
tremor.
a communist, you know, when it strikes my fancy. I am the opposite of him. I have no Apparently, I'm wishy-washy. I just jump all over the place with my, my beliefs, my political beliefs. I'll just say I'm not really into politics myself.
You're inert lump.
I know, I'm just a fence sitter.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding...
Oh yeah, that's
murder
right. That's why we're here.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism, or even cancer.
There's nothing serious
Oh,
in
okay.
this world. It's a
All
farce.
right. What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow
okay.
and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you.
Okay.
Get personal.
All right. So you're saying you've killed people after active fighting stopped. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenel? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week? Or let's go with that one.
I don't want to tell you
Damn it.
anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me.
I'm wrong all the
I'm
time.
wrong all the time.
Which one do I say then? All right, I'll be direct.
The who now?
All right, the corpse in ceramic armor, the one that I'm wearing right now, hanging behind the whirling rags. Did you shoot him? The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. His name was Elise. I don't know if it's Ellis or Elise. Cortenor. I butchered that. I apologize. He was part of a security detail here in Martinez. A beautiful, strong man sent here by the Honorable Private Military Company. I'll say, let's go with the fascist death squad.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile
All right.
all on him.
Okay.
Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon
All
is
right.
the perfect
So we're
weapon.
finally getting into it now.
The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Okay, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
My head hurts now. I shouldn't have slapped myself.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here.
Oh.
And Maybells on Clausia's back.
Okay.
Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints
Ow.
in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna...
Were those things that I forgot, like, that I wasn't able to grab? They, like, were blowing in the wind when I was on the roof and I failed to grab them. If only I had had, like, would I have had them in my inventory, be like, look, these are the same things that are on the island. And you're the only one who comes onto this island, except for occasionally those twins.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like... no
It all's
modern
coming
soul.
together. Okay.
Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not
What if I, first of all, these two are just watching me hit myself over and over, but what if I just died by hitting myself too hard and just like right as we're at the end about to get a confession?
Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you. Try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself. I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word?
Yes, he's like, I'm concerned.
I think we may have this.
Okay, the lieutenant whispers and gives the suspect a short glance. Do you think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day. This is good, Lieutenant Freighter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive later.
Okay, how do you think the questioning is going?
Good. We are doing very good. He wants to confess.
So he did do it. I was
We
like,
just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
I see, the thing is, I've played so many of these kind of like investigation, detective, murder mystery games, and there usually is like a big twist reveal at the end. So like part of me is half expecting that to happen. But I'm like, I think this is it. I think, especially we're so close to the end now, I can't see there being a surprise, like, new person popping up to be like, oh, this is actually the true killer.
You hear that? He thinks you're this close.
Okay, I'm slapping myself to get ideas.
I can see that, yes. I'm not judging.
I'm trying to get him to confess.
Yes, good going. That should be our first priority.
What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two.
Let him
we can have
cook.
another look around the island for a sniper's nest. I think we should check out the post.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He
Let's
doesn't
do
have
that.
to hold in court. Just establish a line of sight and he'll do the rest himself.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want to help us. It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone. He likes him for this. A lot. But there's something more, too. He thinks the deserter has more than just this case in him. 44 years here.
All right, you think he has more than this case?
Oh, yes. And he hasn't spoken to anybody in a long time. If we get him open, who knows?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, this will look really good on our solved cases. I mean, I'm doing very well over my career, but this will be very good if we can both do this. It's gonna look real good on our, like, police records to solve a whole bunch of crimes in one go. Okay, let's do as he says. Let's take a look around. So we want to find a sniper's nest. I'm guessing that's the one that's inside the building, right? Oh. Oh wait, no, we want to go this way. All right, yeah, there's a couple of things here I don't think I checked out. Oh, Army Surplus Winter Scarf. +2 empathy, -1 composure. All right, let's... I feel like they're giving us these things because of, like, these will be helpful towards the end. This towny old scarf itches when wrapped around the neck. It has humanitarian aid written all over it, yet you know that thousands all over the Isola are suffering the same fate as you, the fate of uncomfortable army surplus scarves. You know what, I was gonna, like, I had all this stuff about, like, pain threshold and things like that, and, like, endurance, because I thought I was gonna get into more of, like, a firefight, but it's just a saddle. I mean, he's dangerous. Like, he's killed many people, he's very capable, but he's literally given up his weapon, so I think what we want more is maybe we're gonna, like, do empathy or suggestion, perhaps? I feel like empathy might be good, but I feel like he would also like something that would lend us, or suggestion. Suggestion might be a good one too. But then, like, also logic? I don't know. All right, I'll just go with this, with these clothes for now. Okay, extract a confession from the deserter. Rest. Oh yeah, I could still rest in the tower. Your damaged physique has earned its rest no matter what thoughts and dreams it may bring. Oh no, we're so close here. I'm not doing that just yet. Got stuff to investigate here.
Soft covers.
Okay, I guess the sniper's nest is the one that might be outside then. I'll check out the sniper's nest, and then maybe I'll go and take a sleep. So we want to go up here. No, up here.
The There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab.
Alright,
and the
that's,
architrave
yeah,
of the
okay.
crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Branded name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns.
A good place to hide. Cozy. Relatively safe from the rain.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window, quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation. A tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A and 33B. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 10. The doomed commercial area. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop.
So what was his
Sunlight
reason for
reflecting
doing
off
that
the
then?
upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Yes, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see to the roof. Did he have some sort of like personal grudge against that specific mercenary guy, or is that just more of like a idealistic thing? Like he just didn't like what he represented.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make it. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective.
Yes.
The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
All right, finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
All right. I'll say 6 people are dead. We could have... No, I'm not going to wallow in self-pity about that. We could have prevented if I just had my damn gun.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress. He's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there. It takes him a moment to rationalize it away.
And I've got hella skill points, so, like, I could just keep retrying that final check if I wanted to. But, like, the more evidence we gather, it could be, like, a pretty much near perfect, like, skill check. Like, it'd probably be at, like, 97% or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and, maybe take a nap first before I do that.
The greasy old spring mattress lies in the corner.
The offer still stands. Take it. You don't look so good.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour, maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Whoops. A little bit more than an hour, it seems like. Oh. Okay. Lieutenant's no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Oh, okay, the door's closed now. Door's back like you never... Oh, well, I mean, there's no time or anything, so... I don't know if it just means, like, I don't know what time it is, or... Maybe this is just, like, a dream? Mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions. I'm not needy at all. Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
Let's see.
Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs, hidden, distant, kept safe from you. Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. The world's most precious material.
But I succeeded. I love that. It's just like, but I
explosive
passed the check. Come on now.
You are stealing a touch. It's not yours to take. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror.
I love
I
that.
should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
I love that even, like, my own body's like, hey man, I don't know what I'm talking about. That was your choice. Like, I'm just saying stupid shit. You're the one who's actually, like, listening to me.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Phew.
Wow. Okay, fine, brag much. So you felt that way once, that you cannot live without me.
Yes. But that time is gone now.
feel it. I can see it in her tender long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a hand. What happens now? What's the next thing we talk about?
Is there really anything left?
Damn, kind of wish I hadn't slept. I love how it was all about like, oh, sleeping will make you feel better, and instead I just had an absolutely awful dream a reoccurring dream. Kim, I should have never listened to you, man.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Alright, let's see. Let's solve the fucking case. My sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cover up the blood seeping out with your hands. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's get our perp to confess to the murder. That's the next step in the task chain. In our tree, right? Just spit out the blood and get back to work. You're badass like that. Let's do it.
Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Well, hopefully with all of that information we've collected, we have everything we need to get a confession out of this guy.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Oh, I can just straight up arrest him. I don't think... No, we need a confession. We need a confession, or else he could argue that. Okay, one more time. The Colonel, we need... Mr. Duros, the Colonel, we need to talk about you killing him.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
That's right. Pile it all on him now. 3 should do it.
All right, here we
Maybe
go.
4.
Oh, we got 4. We got 4. This is awesome. Okay, Maybells behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinaise, only here.
They blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret
All
paths?
right, Kim, all right.
Pinball workshops?
I may.
Oh, a curious tremor passes his face. A young woman named Clausia. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her windows.
Classier.
Keep saying her dang name wrong, Clausier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
All right, yes, Clausier. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, a spasm.
Almost. But you need 1 more. Just 1. Or maybe 2.
I'm going 3. Might as well. Let's do everything. Let's just lay it all on the table. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Duras.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of his worn-out old running shoes on his feet.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor. Of the hidden
Maybe his
room.
boots were somewhere
They do, however, seem to be about the same
in the building we
size.
just came from, and I just didn't find them. Or they're somewhere on the island somewhere. He hid them.
The size fits, but not the sole.
All right. Oof. Okay. All right. We're going to take a chance on this. It is a red check. But even if this fails, we do have other options that we can nail him with.
Simple.
Damn it.
No.
Damn it.
This is another loose thread you will never connect.
Goddamn footprints everywhere. I hate
The
them.
lieutenant raises his brow.
Thankfully, I have lots of healing
What are you doing?
items.
He's thinking.
I'm
We
sorry.
almost got him here. Not now. Stop yourself.
People change shoes, detective. It was you. You were there, weren't you? Crawling and whirling in rags. What were you doing? Some kind of reconnaissance? Preparing the scene? Listening in on her?
Did he have like some weird sort of obsession with Clausier? Like the fact that he was peeking in on her, he was watching her, he shot that guy. Like, I still want to know what the heck reason did he have? Did it have something to do with the Union? He seems like kind of a lone wolf. I don't think he has any sort of connection with them, but I could be wrong.
Trying to rack your brains. You're desperate to report something back to
All right,
your
well, that was a
masters.
fail, but that's
They
okay.
must have really loved that dead fuck.
Okay, how many skill points? Oh, I've got a lot of skill points. I should have just pumped some into drama. Shit. Okay, well, I'll know that for next time.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind.
Especially when they're red checks. Like, I should
in the
just
distance.
do it.
More.
I feel like,
He's gonna crack. But you need a little
yeah, I feel like all of these are going to be red checks at this point. I'm curious, so if we just absolutely butchered this interrogation, would that just mean, like, we wouldn't be able to arrest him? Alright, I don't need your cooperation, I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real
I don't even have a gun.
Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here.
Damn.
It's not just empty boasting.
Oh, I can't wait to play this through again and succeed and be like, I got nobody killed.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Alright, stop changing the subject. We have the murder
You
weapon.
know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Alright, you think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it. Good.
Yeah, find the murder weapon. Excellent. Okay, new skill point. Awesome. Damn, I've got so many skill points that I probably, like, this is like right at the end. I should have spent them. I should have been a little bit more liberal with spending them, but I didn't know. I always like to have some on hand just in
This
case.
feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
Alright, I'll say he was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast.
Oh, he
for
just straight up...
40
Well, he just straight up
years.
admitted to it.
You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from
The
anger.
lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my
Oh,
sights.
okay, here we go.
Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it.
But
anyway.
why? That's...
My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own.
That's always the thing, is like, it's for me, it's not always just about the, you know, the who, the how. It's the why. That's always my thing that I'm like the I'm most interested in.
And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at Dan, the victim and a young woman, having sex through the scope of your rifle that night before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugs, then smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective?
All
I
right,
don't
extract a
understand this
motive. Why were you looking at them that night? Because you're a pervert.
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
You pull the trigger.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
All right, I still want to do this body language thing. It is a white check. I could. So I feel like this, once we get into this, like this is going to be towards the end. I don't even know if I really need to assess his body language right now, but I have so many skill points. I might as well. Let's do it.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit. He's clearly a drug user of the painkiller sort, prone to erratic hand gestures, and malnourished. But that's it. The moment passes, and you say,
I ain't going anywhere.
All right. So that was. Oh fuck! God damn it!
Minions of capital.
Composure, composure. I'm like,
What do you want?
I really should remember what it is before I do it.
Minions of capital.
aside from
Damn
the
it.
rare erratic
All right.
hand gesture, smacking his lips and despondently staring into the fire,
All right.
you can only see that he is old.
Okay, fine. I'll back off on this for now. When did you first see the deceased?
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Her honor guard came in tow.
Joyce. He means Joyce.
All right, by that you mean Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep. He's like, I don't fucking know.
Wrinkled up whore.
Whore, good strong word. I use it often myself. What is it with these whores and pederasts? Aren't you a communist? Okay, I'll just, yeah, moving on.
They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing, sloppy and drunk. I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and masked phalangs weren't conscripts. Boys like us. They were whites. All they know is to destroy and hurt. Barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. After the landing, in the burning years, I would take shots at them. End them. The worst ones, if I had a bullet to spare. I could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare show their bourgeois voters back on Mundi with their families and polyester clothes.
Okay, what specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
Oh, were you jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
That sounds like jealousy to me.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But You can't have everything.
He wants to see her covered in blood, to punish her.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she hid?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers.
Oh, that's right, she did mention that.
And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
I thought she had mentioned something about that, but okay.
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean...
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You could see her bruises through the scope of a rifle?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
Alright, how does he know these minute details about her body? Probably because he was watching her through the peephole.
It quickly comes to you.
Yeah. Are the bruises on her body, any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife. Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
Okay, you've been through the secret routes behind the whirling and rags. Those were your footprints. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
Alright, so you wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing.
No. Let's not get distracted.
It's no good, Harry.
No.
Her voice rings in the evening air.
Oh gosh, is it just a thing where I could be like, I also hate women. And I also want to punish, you know, women who, like, I can't have. I'm not saying anything.
The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of his black eye. A bitter taste on his tongue.
Okay, you had feelings for that woman.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough. Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know. Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
All right, was that why you left the dried flowers behind your window?
No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room.
Oh, it's just so creepy that he was just watching her
Like
the whole
she
time and
does
she had no idea.
The day after I killed him.
You brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
I'll say you wanted to console her?
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. One more down.
All right, so in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you.
Nice.
In
Hell yeah.
acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
All right, she got away, but she led us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the C4.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses with Eternite roofs, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know.
All right, so they
Satellite
are still
Officer
there.
Whitmere
Good, I'm glad
points
they
at the
hadn't left
ruins.
yet.
Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place where
Voice trails off.
off as the 3 walk down the jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification in the snowfall, like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks.
I'm glad that
need
someone's on
something
my side.
Good for this.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who
Hell
knows
yeah.
what he's
Hell
seen
yeah,
and done
we're
over
gonna
the years.
we're gonna like go over everything.
You could get more out of him.
Yeah,
He likes
I got all
talking.
these skill points that I need to use. Why not?
Take him in. Bend his arms behind his
No.
back and end this.
I still need to complete this one too. All right, have you been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
Tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put 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 of hatred.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst. Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in
I mean,
Martinez.
yeah.
It's their favorite thing to do in the whole
I've certainly come
world.
across some
Listening to race-themed
racist people.
radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries, pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead. We did good when we pushed him under the horse car, until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
He breathes in, his breath heavy with hatred. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
Okay, disco whores.
Whores.
And he seems to really hate women. There was something about the statue on the roundabout and syphilis.
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination. The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues too. Hundreds of them. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. You know why?
I like this, because the king is holy and his statues are indestructible, but you mean it ironically, because you forgot to take it down?
Forgot? The party had each of the 141 Philippian monuments detonated with plastic explosives. We were pedantic about carrying out the order. No. Some advertising cockroaches used their accumulated capital to erect a new, ironic version of it. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it, too. Shared with the law.
Okay, you mentioned the Union is a social democratic and Mr. Clare is a farce of the social democrats.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
Who's a disappointment? Everard Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean,
Oh.
the brains of the operation.
Oh, maybe
The smart one.
what's her name? Lizzie Elizabeth, the lawyer. Doesn't Everett run the union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education.
Oh, that's right.
Twin,
Okay,
Edgar Clare.
I forgot about him. He's
to
been
one of
barely
those
mentioned.
East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to have developed.
You can't live alone.
He stopped poking at the ash now, just shakes his
The
head.
Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him
Oh, so it wasn't maybe just because of the jealousy of, Classier, but he was like a hired
to.
hitman?
Don't go straight for the kill.
Okay.
Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
All right, have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid.
Oh, here we
It
go.
was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
Okay, what did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought. Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy.
All right, here we go. Mr.
But
Drost,
why such a courtesy?
did you kill the criminal mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hand.
Okay, come on,
But
97%.
he's insinuating something.
I feel like I have failed a one like this before, so I can't say that this is a for sure thing. All right, please, please, please.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water.
Okay.
Dark, cold water.
20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they? A sputter from the old man.
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
Who did?
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation and money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder.
He was a woman, wasn't
and a
she?
deal maker.
He just hates any woman, I guess.
She was. And she was real soft on those money men.
Oh, that
Had
was
a Barbara
mentioned,
muscular
right?
bag over her shoulder
About
that
the
she
old Union
liked
leader
to bring to
disappearing. And then she just disappeared.
Called in, they say, on the eve of battle, ran away, vanished like a piss stain.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not.
You can swear you see the embers glow again under his eyes on the dust. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross?
She couldn't make the call herself
Here it is. The bend in the river.
because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled. Hard to say. It was a sloppy job. And a moving target. She was going home. Waddling. Dressed in yellow. Drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her. And the ruins. Someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes. All I know is nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar,
okay.
it would work.
The lieutenant says in a voice even calmer, as if it were nothing at all.
We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything. I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
The same old freezing hatred. There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody, and the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod to proceed.
Okay, by the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean Renee.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
We're just gonna let this guy talk.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot Renee.
We missed one. That one.
With his shaky finger, he points to the city, towards the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me. Not yet.
So he doesn't realize that he had died already.
Around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon.
Well, you did get that chance. It was taken away from you.
For the black day. The blackest.
Oh.
When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him.
Can I tell him that Renee died of a heart attack, so like you didn't get your
Haven't seen him
chance?
around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Okay, so I can just keep it. Alright, I'll keep it to myself.
Yes, of course. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood. Must be torture. Not to be throwing his balls for a whole week.
He seems relieved. Could he have been worried for him? He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of another thing, but no. It's just the hatred.
Glad? It's all gone.
Okay. It seems like this is it. So I'm gonna get that damn thing. So we're gonna composure again. Where are you, composure? We can pump a lot of skill points into it. I can still do 3 more. I mean, I've got all of these, might as well. This seems like it's the end, right?
Despondently at the logs.
Oh, also, do I have anything for composure that I can wear?
The old man stares
There we go.
at the logs. It's like he's
Oh my god, man.
Hand gesture.
This guy is fucking... His mouth is just talk, but apparently his body is just, I cannot crack it. Alright, fine, we'll level it up again.
The old man stares.
83%, come on.
What
Finally.
strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated. It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
Wouldn't a foul temper be a byproduct of his life?
Perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder.
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage.
Oh, that's it?
And the stomach thing too, of course.
Oh, can we not? I guess we can't get into that anymore?
His
Okay.
lip curls into a sneer at the...
Alright, I guess that's it. Alright, well,
It's
we
all
got
gone.
everything. Let's arrest him.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements.
Okay,
and
so here we
motions
go,
he's been
So now we can, maybe... What's wrong with him?
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Oh. Okay, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing
Your
terror.
confirmation is not required. So
Oh, wow.
Now on to the boat.
Oh, wow. Wait, first say, does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Maybe I could ask the nitpicker?
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
Is this something to do with the Pale, maybe? Like when the Pale exploded out into the world, was he affected by it in some way? I don't know. Okay, jamais vu. Okay. Alright, let's keep going with this. Let's keep going with this. You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
This world? What are you talking about? Is this... us?
The wind is cold from the east. Your skin is crawling.
Alright, here we go, here we go. Come on. What's going on here? Wait, what the what? What is what is what?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving.
Oh my god, it's the oh my god, it's the Fasmid, the Insulindian Fasmid that wow, Lena was talking about.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What are you talking about?
The giant stick
There's
insect.
nothing there.
The stick insect is over
What?
3 meters tall.
Okay, I was
It
not
looks
expecting
straight
this.
at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand moving.
Oh no.
closer.
What if I just got
But you
killed by
don't
this thing
have
right
a
at the
gun.
end?
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reed.
Kim, can you see
I
it?
can see it.
Kim can see it too.
4 simple words.
Oh,
Thank God.
okay.
If you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Oh, please don't let us die right at the end. Oh, what is this?
What is
Wait.
it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Is he being affected by the by this thing, the Fasmid?
Nothing is what he tried to say. There is nothing.
Okay. This went from like a murder mystery to like now we're
The
dealing
creature
with
stands
like
on long stilt-like legs,
monsters.
antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something. You, reed-like tufts stick out of its
Ooh,
joints.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the
Oh,
tape
he's coming
breaks.
closer, he's coming closer.
It is.
The lieutenant whispers behind. Oh, no, 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 no. Is he gonna take his gun out? You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping, painstakingly
You
so.
glance over your shoulder.
Oh, with the
lieutenant
camera.
holds
I was
a
afraid
piece
he
of
was gonna
milled
shoot it.
aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Are you sure you won't scare it off?
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the Fasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
All right, let me approach it
I won't
first.
be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but does not put it
You
down.
see the Phasmid turn to him. Its mandible
The
antennae
pheromone.
reaching out.
That's right, I got
Its
sprayed by the
motions are
pheromone.
quick,
Okay,
sudden.
okay.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
The spindly mechanism turns
Okay,
itself back
okay.
to you. Its antennae taking their measure of the air. Slowly.
All right, please, 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 please. Yes! I mean, I knew it was 97%, but still, I'm like,
Slowly,
oh.
with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown
I'm so
of
afraid
reeds,
if I make the
little
wrong
pinprick eyes
if I make the
detect
wrong
motion,
choice, he's just gonna
glittering.
like skitter
The
away.
world stands still around you. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you, praying to you. Unwittingly, the insect continues its stridulations. As it moves, tuft-like structures, still pretending to be plants, rustle along on its joints.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower
I
lip.
don't know if I should be touching that.
It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns
Ooh,
a darker shade,
okay.
like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one.
Okay, let's try it.
I exist.
Whoa, whoa!
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire, burning, I'll say I'm ill.
What is your illness?
Will it be able to heal me? I'll say, all of these things are true. All these things are true. Let's say I'm ill in my head. I'm insane. That's how it is for me.
I am not. There isn't even a central nervous system in my head. Only mouth parts. We're eating white blood clots. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness. Being intruded upon. Transient. Dim. Moist.
Intruded by what?
Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light. It only feels like
I just saw
something
this
to
one. What the
be.
fuck is happening to me right
In
now?
truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. And if I did, it would never aid.
I'll say I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you. With all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and rotting glass. Eternal damnation, even when you're sleeping. And when you wake, you carry it around on your neck.
So what, can I choose to be like, I want to, it's like Return to Monk, except, and I was like, I want to be,
I feel great.
I just want to be a stick monster. And feel nothing. I'll say it was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired,
Aw, thank you.
when
I've
the
got a...
vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on,
Yay, thank you.
rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. But from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
Why is it actually so cute, though? Like, the voice is adorable.
Detective
Yeah.
arriving.
I am a
So
detective.
am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
The killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial
Oh.
to him, but I am
Oh, so
not. I
being
only
around
witness
this
his
thing,
deterioration
you're destroying him.
very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you are awake. made me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
Okay, let's say all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer.
You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Revershaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
So I'll quit my job as a detective and I'll join Lena's husband and become a Fasmid hunter, I guess.
No.
Cryptozoologist.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, the Pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day? Or just forget?
I will be extra careful not to blink stick insect. Don't worry, I'm gonna pick that.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it.
Alright. Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case.
I think we should take the picture. And then
All right.
should back away from the unstudied species.
No, there is one more.
Alright, of all the creatures I met, you are the kindest. Of all the creatures I met, of all the creatures I met, you are the most beautiful.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For freedom.
I'll say I will.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3 meters digging.
Alright, here we go. Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The Fasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
All right, you hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you, as a shadow before it.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the kiting curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy.
Maybe I shouldn't do
Its
that, and then I
touch
just
on
get
your
poisoned and
fingertip feels
die.
cold, ticklish. It is surprisingly delicate. The curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
You were right.
Lick
glistens
it.
with some
I
kind
am
of
not doing
moisture.
that. Oh, no,
The
no.
creature in front of you stays frozen. The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over.
I don't want to do that.
Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening. Wave by wave from its stupor, some sort of countdown process is happening.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's all you have time.
All right, let's go.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying.
I was kind of tempted to lick it,
Even
but
the
maybe
small
I'll do
black
that when I
blurs of its
replay the
eyes
ending of it.
do not stray from you. As you're turning away, the Fasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
That was wild. I did not at all expect anything like that. What would happen to people who like never took that side quest? They'd be so confused about this Fasmid. Would it not show up like if you didn't know about it?
And just like that, it's gone.
Except it's affected by,
Skating away
you know,
across the sea's calm mirror, like a skipping stone.
so it's affecting this
leaving
guy.
nothing but
So
circles on the water.
it is pertinent to the story, but yeah, people I imagine be very confused by it.
And something under it. In the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look. Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only... I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Well, let's check this out first. What do we got here? Oh, hell yeah! And a rifle scope. I mean, this feels a little late in the game for this, but we're gonna go ahead and put that on, because I need to wear every article of clothing at some point. Oh, that's kind of terrifying. This monstrous-looking bug-eyed ceramic plate was in the Fasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but otherwise wearable, if not extremely comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Oh yeah, I've got my dice as well. I forgot about that. And the rifle scope. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's go check up on him.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the Fasmid?
Mr. Duras?
The man does not respond.
Don't tell me he's gonna
He
die
keeps staring,
right before we're
black
taking
eyes
him in,
glazed
before he
over
can get a
and bulging
confession.
from their
I mean, he
sockets.
did confess,
His
but...
gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing. A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Duras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the Fasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that?
I
don't you?
always do, don't I? You know me so well, Kim.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke. Quite a few things
Oh,
about
boy,
the
okay.
health check you did on him make sense now.
Okay. Do I go through all of
That
this?
could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Duras,
No response.
Maybe that's how the Fasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it...
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Right, before when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the Fasmid?
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the Fasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
He seemed a little off for a man his age. Randy.
The scope, knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Oranje. I see what you mean.
Okay, I talked to the Fasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyway, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degradation is a side
A
effect.
valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching unknown species in the future, detective.
Alright, he's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in its company?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
Alright, we found some things in the Phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the Fasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I lost.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie Fasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Alright. Oof, that was that was a lot that just happened. Holy cow. Oops. I wonder how much more of it is left.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him.
Alright, wait do I tell everybody? Not only did I solve the murder, but I also found a Fasmid. No big deal, guys.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
And that's right, and I did it while I was half dead too. I'm just built different.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling in rags. But where are his sunglasses?
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it. Harry, You look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Ah, fuck it. Let's not get into that. That's right. And you're bleeding. We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Hello, I'm Trent
Oh.
Heilstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Oh, hello again.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar. And this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilstein.
Oh shit.
Author of
So
the
what,
series
was he
you didn't
just
know.
here basically like keeping an eye on me?
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you gotta have my back. Let's destroy
It's
them.
good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage
Oh, they're
in
basically like,
neurology
where you
on
need
a
to take you in,
merely
Harry. There's
theoretical
something
level.
very
In fact,
wrong
I
with
should
you.
probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
You aren't. I love how I'm still hung up on this. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. Oh, you never told me you're not the horse face one. I'm not doing that. Okay, so Trent turns out to be special consultant Trent.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilstein. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilstein.
Wait, what was the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail is my son. No problem.
What are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
All right, you mentioned a task force?
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells? He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember. It wasn't a sick joke. At least that's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid, that's you.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the Fasmid, the case,
I won't argue.
good idea. It doesn't look like he thinks you're in a position to correct him on the shit kid issue.
All right, how'd you know I was
The
here?
cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
Damn you, cafeteria manager, you've betrayed me for the last time. I'll say I saved his establishment and still he betrays me.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all.
Mm.
There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah, that was me.
I knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trant? I told you it was our shit kid.
The line is from Lou Giaton's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of... Good choice, Harry.
Don't encourage it, Trant.
Thanks, Trent.
Okay.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true, and it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
All right, maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew
I'm
you.
clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in the mood to batter you up after you told us to fuck off.
Okay, I had that coming.
Had what coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day. Brain damage.
I'm not gonna call her the horse-face woman. That's mean. She's been nice to me.
Duped. Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi, still a lieutenant. From
I
Prison
just called
57.
Kim out, be like, please, don't betray me, Kim.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
All right, where have you been all this time?
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Why didn't you detect her die then? Why would you leave a literal police god?
You were crying hysterically. You were drunk, breaking things, being emotionally abusive. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. Like you told us to. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Detective God. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, hell, and so on.
So if I had answered things differently, maybe he'd have a different diagnosis for
As
me?
displayed in a station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Oh my god, there's a lot here. I feel like there's a couple of things. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. Yeah, that doesn't sound insane, but Kim will back me up. He saw it too. Something so sad happened to me, I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism, and also I drank, so a little bit of a lot of these things. I'll say, let's go with the anomaly.
Corresponding to the 20cm hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vic Mayer. It's Martinez.
Alright, so take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with
This
Martinez.
sounds odd.
Yes,
but I
thank you,
was there.
Kim.
The church on the coast was shaking from an audio-spatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think Isolari anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, what has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Komodo Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a
Alright, okay. Let's say I'm ready to lead again. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong. I'm too far gone. Too far gone for work. Fuck all of you. I don't even want to be in your unit. I want to be a cryptozoologist. I'm going to say line detective. I don't think I'm ready for leadership.
For now, I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Oh, right. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. The time has come. Tequila Sunset. Oh, do I still have that, the jar, the bottle in with the tie in it in my hand? This is for what it was for. Tequila Sunset. Throw it onto the ground. Psh, explosion. All right, let's be honest.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry.
Oh no.
Show me your badge.
Okay, I've got the badge. Oh shit, but they're gonna ask about my gun.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Ooh,
And the badge slips
hand-eye
out of
coordination.
your hand.
Hand-eye coordination. Oh no, I can't level it up anymore. Oh no. Okay. Oh, we'll try. We'll try. Damn it. Whoops.
You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground, some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be a cop after all. Everything
He
hurts.
found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
As if
About
having
that.
a badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
All right, let's. I upgraded my gun to a rifle.
Upgraded it. I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about your official sidearm, which you lost.
Yeah, let's be honest about
I
that.
knew it. I told you we didn't have it.
This isn't cause for celebration. It's bad.
Oh, I would say it's very bad. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Please, put the stolen rifle away before you kill someone. I don't buy it.
Okay,
Why
I had.
do you smell like a corpse then?
Okay,
huh?
I had one drink, maybe two.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse. It's been a bit of a week. I'm sorry. I smell bad.
A bit of a week? You're drunk, and you let a suspect escape, a certain Clasier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight
No,
risk.
it's because I'm too much of a bleeding heart.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Okay. This is where everything is coming back. All of my decisions now. So this is going to be the end thing where they're going to determine whether or not I can probably even still, like, work the force. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped. She pulled one on me. I let her go in act of mercy. Just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. Doesn't matter. None of it does. We're looking at the oxygen holocaust times a quadrillion. Here I am, like, I'm dealing with the knowledge of the end of the world. I don't have time for this shit right now.
Oh, well. If she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something, or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now.
Whoops.
Doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally
Okay,
red
well,
with
when
blood,
you,
Harry.
when you put
was
it that
fucking
way,
mass murder.
when you pile everything on top of everything, one on top of the other, yeah, it looks a little bad. I
He did
admit that.
everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk
Thank you,
to his
Kim.
person.
I really appreciate
Remember,
they
he was
sticking up
shot.
for me.
We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him on this case.
All right, here's the most
What is your
important
take?
thing. What does Kim think of me? That's all that matters, right?
The case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge.
Yeah.
That's all true.
Woohoo.
Although he has not been drinking on the job this
Well,
week.
I did drink. Maybe did I? No, was I drinking? Maybe when Kim wasn't around. I don't think so. I think I did have a drink when he. I did swig because I needed the extra little bit to be able to open up. I think the ice cream maker or something. I did drink once. I think.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar low official.
But he's also the sorriest
At
cop
first
I've
I
ever
thought it
seen.
was
It's
joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler.
AKA I'm a
He
corrupt cop.
grinds.
I take bribes.
He makes the real. He's a visionary and a money engineer.
I'm a lot of things.
Which is just
You can't pin me down.
other still. He is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know.
Oh my
But
gosh.
he is vocal
The game thought of everything. That's so impressive, man, when you think about like all of the different options that have to be made for like all of the choices that I make, and the fact that it's all voice acted on top of it, it's incredible. It's crazy.
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the constant smoking everywhere.
What? I didn't smoke that much.
But despite all this, he is a
Yeah.
great detective.
Thank you,
One
Kim.
of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
I take offense to the smoking thing. I think maybe I smoked one time.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke. Which, by the way, I
Aw,
have to disagree with you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Kim.
Brown.
Oh, this
Was
is
a
making my
valid
heart
effort.
sing right
He
now.
really sang his
The
heart
way
out.
that he's standing up for me. Kim is probably like, he's a terrible person to be around. He's just a very frustrating, tedious person who is just all over the place, but I'm damn good at my job.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
No big deal. No big deal.
New species.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian Fasmid.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Rain comes down. He covers the glossy photo of the Fasmid with his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall.
Boom shakalaka,
In fact, we think
motherfucker.
it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Hosiana, I don't know what that means. I'll just go with that.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
Okay. Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the Phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away. He's like, I thought I was gonna be done with him. I was like, I thought I could finally kick him out of the force. Maybe I can join Kim at his precinct.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time.
Oh
Now
boy,
or never.
what do I do? Okay. I don't know if I should mention the. Oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with everything.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, and I also discovered a hitherto unexplored anthrophonetical phenomenon in there too. A 2mm hole in the world.
Get a grip. No one cares about your anthroponetic adventures right now.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject.
All right.
Now.
Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers.
Yo, I just tell them, be
They're
like,
for
but it had a
attracting
female
males.
voice because, yeah, I talked to it.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense. Yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carve discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian Fasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
All right, the killer, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He just hates women. He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union. He killed it in an act of rage induced by the Fasmids. Oh, okay. Let's say that.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been
I know
hiding
it's
for
more
50
than that. I
years,
know it's like a
or
complicated mixture of
70-something.
things. We could have gone about the thing with like the pheromones.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the Fasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
It's more like a perfect folding mechanism like the Fasmid. It's way more than that. It will win me Dora back. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach this in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. This sounds like something I would say. I'm not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job, with a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
All right, yes. The previous head of the Debardeurs Union was assassinated by our killer.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open.
Oops.
In Martinez, where
Right.
Eberhard and Edgar
Right.
hears
And then we
everyone.
just get killed before we can leave.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
All right, there was a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential.
Oh,
of
man,
this
I
is
kinda
too
wanna
valuable
just-
to let go.
I kind of want to do another playthrough and just botch everything up, and just this would be a very different conversation.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and
Yeah.
the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally
Okay.
get to know who you
Wait,
are.
I have a few questions before we go about who I
The
am.
man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron.
Okay.
It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fallen sportswear I've
The
amassed.
fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is.
I was working on that. Ah, I never got to do that thought.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
Contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Okay, Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition, a 5,001 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
I'm sorry, Judith, this is gonna take a while.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you taught gym in school. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Assel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests after.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you.
You,
Oops, sorry.
every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God
Oh yeah,
gym
that's right.
teacher.
The La Puta Madre. I gotta look into that
It's
too.
not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk. Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
For some reason, yeah, I thought it'd be more, actually.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one. Incredibly bangable. She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Maybe that's why I found myself, like, drawn to Classier's, because maybe similarities.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is going down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit.
Yeah, that
Not
he's
a psychologist.
probably not wrong
Several
there.
degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
No. You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're
That's true.
suicidal, Larry.
That's
no
fair.
mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
All right, Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torson and McLean.
Yeah, not like us. 2 clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage. God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
Or just a bunch of
He's
losers.
anything but a loser. Although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up. Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershall. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Alright, the Fasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
A cryptozoologist, she lives in Jamrock. She told me about the Fasmid.
Well, good luck finding her once we get back.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Fasmid. It's their discovery, in part. I'm sure we'll find them. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon.
This is the important thing. What will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain. Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening.
Oh
to
shit,
Rivershall.
is he saying like we need to come back here? We need to continue checking this place out.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the Elysium.
Oh,
We need to get ready. Infiltrate.
I can ask him to
investigate.
join me. He just kept talking about how good of a precinct it is. Come on, Kim, join me.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle
my
the
God.
feathers
Oh my
of
God, this is
true
amazing.
captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but
And
I don't
me,
know if
and me. He's like, not you. I don't care about you.
Would fit in. And crazy enough. Can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one. But he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GR.
Oh my gosh, he's thinking about it.
But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Yay! I recruited Kim.
He's really considering it.
Hell yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Fuck it.
This
let's go.
ended
Trump brought his motor carriage.
much better
It's a
than I
20-minute
thought.
drive to Jamrock.
I was so worried. I was saying like, oh, it's just like after this, we're just gonna go back to our precincts and we'll never interact again. But he's coming with us.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstam? No. Vicmer? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachon. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
And that's it. It's done. Oh, and he's slapping him on the shoulder. Yeah, besties. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. I kind of wish I'd been wearing something more outlandish for all that. But alright, that ended pretty well. I would have loved to get my gun back. And yes, there are other things I did that were a little like, oh, yeah, when he laid everything about all the shit that I did and all the people that died, yeah, it looks pretty bad. But that's why I'm going to replay that part. I am going to do the side quest. I am going to get my gun, and I am hopefully going to be able to stop a lot of those people from dying. That was... I mean, I'm not done with this game yet. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, that was so good. And I'm so sad too because I know that there's been some drama going on with the, like, basically the company, the developers of this game got screwed over. I don't know the details of it, but, like, the way that they were setting it up, that there was going to be a sequel to say, like, we're not done in Martinez, there's still a lot of stuff we need to investigate, like the idea of Harry and Kim teaming up again, and possibly, you know, back for another case. Oh, the fact that we got robbed of that is so tragic. God damn, I would have loved to been able to play a sequel to this. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be happening, unfortunately. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not done with this game. I'm like, I gotta go back and do the side quests that I missed, and then I do want to do another playthrough of this. Even if it's not for the channel, like, I am kind of thinking maybe I'll put that in like a thing you guys can vote for us. Like, maybe I'll do one where I'm just an absolute menace. Like, I just pick all the options I couldn't bear to pick before because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings, or I didn't want to come across as like too insane. But then, yeah, just like be a total a-hole, just drinking, smoking, doing all the drugs. So maybe I'll do another playthrough of this, where I just, yeah, do, like, where the ending of that would be very different, and Kim probably would not have very nice things to say about me. Ah, dang. Alright, I was thought for sure. I was like, this is the type of game there's definitely going to be some kind of, like, post-credit scene, but I guess not. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the initial finale to my Disco Elysium, or at least the finale to my first playthrough of it. I am going to go back and, like I said, wrap up some of the side quests, see how things play out differently. I imagine it's probably going to be pretty similar for the most part, like the main story, except, you know, more people are going to survive the big shootout. So that, I imagine, will take maybe another episode, 2 episodes to do, and then that'll be it for now of this, and then we can kind of discuss, like, what is my next Let's Play series going to be. But yeah, also, hopefully the longer episode makes up for the couple of shorter episodes I've done the past couple of episodes. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'll see you for the continuation, though, of Disco Elysium next week. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Emily Hornsby, Henry98, Linz VA, Kenju Storm, and iCognito.